Yes,
Here we go.
Yes, sir!
Guys, I'm genuinely shocked. In the middle of the press conference, Jake Paul actually said with his own mouth that he is ready to die in the ring against Anthony Joshua. Hearing those words live was insane. This fight isn't just hype anymore. Jake is treating this like life or death.
In the ring with this.
Yes, I've gotten to where I'm at today because of delusional optimism. And so it's delusion until it's not, because look at where we're sitting today. No one ever thought that this would be possible, that we would be here when I first started boxing. And no one thinks I'm going to win. So join the list and be ready to be shocked.
Right from the first moment, you could see the completely different energies. Jake Paul pulls up in an old classic car, chilled, flashy, showman mode. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua arrives focused, serious, looking like he's walking into a world title fight. No jokes, no smiles. Business only. The press conference ran long, but let's get straight into the moments that mattered. Jake Paul tried to throw Joshua off, completely claiming he's knocking AJ out, and then moving on to fight Tyson Fury next. Not Joshua. He's already talking about the next step.
House of Champions. Let's go. Morning. How are you? Good?
Ariel Helwani asked, "Why are you staring at him so hard?" Joshua responded saying he wants Jake's chain. It turned into a heated little exchange, but still felt playful tense, but with a touch of humor on both sides. Jake Paul also opened up about a serious issue. He still isn't feeling physically normal after cutting weight for the Gervonta Davis fight. Now, with only a month to go, he has to put weight back on, and fast. Meanwhile, Joshua is leveling up. He's now training with the same camp that beat him twice. And the way Joshua carried himself today, calm, confident, relaxed, exactly what Jake Paul doesn't want. Joshua looked like a man arriving to do a job, nothing more.
100%. It's a massive mistake to look past it. Seriously. I'm putting this in all of those plans. Don't book anything. Don't arrange flights or hotels. I'm knocking this guy out, putting me the CEO of Master Boxing, and changing the plan. It's going to be Pete versus Tyson Fury next year.
You feel like you are being expected, but all the time.
Then came the face-off everyone waited for, and the size difference was unreal. Joshua simply dwarfs Jake. Everything in this fight is stacked against Jake Paul. He's gambling everything in one moment. To win, he'll need a miracle punch or the performance of his lifetime, because this is the hardest challenge he has ever faced by far. What shocked fans even more was what Jake said about Francis Ngannou. The MMA legend, who recently lost to Joshua, reportedly refused a huge offer to take this fight, and Jake Paul actually called him a joke during the press conference for turning it down. So now that Ngannou is out,
Down, like you were locked in on him. You were zeroing in on him. I would imagine maybe what the first time you've seen in person.
What I'm saying?
Okay. Well,
Listen. You're saying it's nonsense. I'm not. We won a war. Maybe this thing you held going in your head.
correct the chain on the line.
I want the chain on the line. I put the chain on the line. Well, you got to put something on the line. Put my chain in. Let's go.
Jake Paul is fighting the man who knocked Ngannou out cold in his boxing debut, Anthony Joshua. Ngannou said going from fighting a lightweight to a heavyweight made no sense. And honestly, he has a point. But Jake now steps in to face one of the hardest punchers in the division. There are mad conspiracy theories online about this fight being rigged, but here's the truth.
I don't think Jake's crazy. I think Jake's a logical person. He knows what he can do. He knows something within himself, and he's got good people around him that knows something about Jake that maybe a lot of us sitting here don't know. For example, I know a lot about myself that many guys don't know. All he needs is belief in himself. All I need is belief in myself. And that's why you got us two sitting up here and no one.
Jake Paul has a massive deal with Netflix, and they want big names only. No more small fights. No more gimmicks. Jake is backed into a corner, and Joshua was the only name big enough. And Jake truly believes he can win. The undercard is already insane. Silva versus Woodley announced, and there was one more name.
I'm the biggest, the best. I said anyone, anytime, any place. I truly mean that. And I'm here to go out there and shock the world. I know what I'm capable of. I see him and what he's capable of. And we're going to go to war and we'll see the best man that will win. But people say, oh, he's out of his mind. All of these things. I've gotten to where I'm at today because of delusional optimism. And so it's delusion until it's not, because look at where we're sitting today. No one ever thought that this would be possible, that we would be here when I first started boxing, and no one thinks I'm going to win. So join the list and be ready to be shocked.
Who missed out on a massive payday? Tommy Fury. Negotiations fell apart after demands to move the fight out of the US, and Jake simply moved on to the Joshua fight instead. Now Fury and his camp are arguing over old bets.
After the Tank Davis fiasco, Francis Ngannou was one of the reported names, and not only did he sort of publicly turn it down, he said he actually felt disrespected that he was even brought up into the conversation. So I wanted to get your reaction to that, and then AJ, since you fought Ngannou, I want to get your reaction to Francis turning that fight down as well.
Yeah, when I go in there and do 10 guys, 100 under like Francis, we'll see how he feels. And that guy, my Joe, he's a dumb man. He's stuck in the mud. Francis is an easy fight as a boxer.
Travel restrictions and miss millions. Wild situation, but it's real. And that's where we stand. One man walking into the biggest danger of his career.
Understand exactly what's going on now. I don't really follow soccer.
Fair enough.
I follow the fight game.
I understand. It reminded me a little bit about the stuff that you've dealt with throughout your
What,
career.
like negative and people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing for him to focus on is getting on that pitch and representing his country and doing a good job. It doesn't matter what you say. That's what we don't need to focus on. He is probably just tunnel vision, which most people can never understand what it takes to be in Jude Bellingham's position. Jude Bellingham is under immense pressure every day of his life. So it might just be one of those days. It could be one of those years. But let him do what he does on the pitch, and that's what we need to focus on.
Okay, one last media question. Oh, right over here. Ellie Sack.
There's a few media. Let the media guys of boxing that I don't think he's been exposed to yet. So there's a few tricks I have up my sleeve to show Jake December 19th.
Yeah, quick, fast, great footwork, big chin, take shots, big heart, lion-hearted, sneaky knockout punches coming. Lots of great work to the body. People underestimate my jab. So, yeah, and I think he says I haven't seen those tricks, but I'm in there with champions, sparring Shakur, all these people bringing in world champions. So he's got to be ready, and I know he will be, and that's what I like.
Yeah, Jake, I've known you since your first day in the boxing gym, pretty much. All these twists and turns. If you do pull this off, and respect the judge, obviously he's a legend, is this the biggest upset in boxing history?
For sure. Neck and neck with Tyson and Buster. Right up there. Biggest stage. This will probably be the second most viewed fight in the history of boxing behind me and Tyson. And I'm going to go in there and win and shock the world.
And Anthony, if you win, what does that say?
Massive, big news. Big news. That's why I wanted to take this fight, is because I knew the opportunity that it presented in the build-up and the aftermath of a victory.
The other walking in like it's just another day at the office. No excuses. No rewrites. On fight night, everything gets answered in the ring. Will Jake Paul pull off the biggest shock in boxing history? Or will Anthony Joshua end this story in brutal fashion before it even starts? We're about to find out. Until then, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay locked in, because this story is far from over.